Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make a survival treehouse. Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make a survival treehouse. This treehouse features two climbing platforms which must be scaled to enter the house itself. Once climbed, we work our way up this ladder, which gives us access to the surprisingly spacious house inside of the tree. We also have another set of ladders which gives us access to the roof, which is a great lookout post. If you enjoy this tutorial, all I ask is that you please hit that like button. I'd really appreciate that. And consider sharing it with your friends. And that's pretty much everything. Let's get started. So before we begin, I can tell you that we will require every single one of these materials that you can see in my hotbar and inventory right now. We will be beginning with the ones that are in my hotbar, move on to the inventory items, and later on we will need even more items to furnish the inside of the tree base. Pause the video if necessary, make sure that you have all of these, and then we can begin. We are going to begin by building the trunk of the tree. So pick a spot in the environment. It really doesn't matter where. It can be built pretty much absolutely everywhere, even in water if you like. And you begin with a row of 13 oak wood coming up from the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Go right of that 13th block by placing 2 oak leaves. 1, 2. And then go down by 1. And then right 1. Down 1. Right 1. Down by 3. 1, 2, 3. Go left 1, down 1, and then left 1, down 1, left 1, move through the tree and place 2 leaves coming out of the side. 1, 2. Then go up 1, left 1, up 1, left 1, up by 3, 1, 2, 3, and then go right 1, up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1. This will give us a shape that should look exactly like this. What we now want to do is we want to take all of the leaves and we want to extend them 2 rows in front of the tree and 2 rows behind. So simply take the entire layer of leaves and extend them both in front of the tree and out of the back of the tree. Also bear in mind to connect the leaves together where you have placed them between the oak wood. I've already done this myself, but you want to connect them where we had to move through the particular parts of the tree at the bottom and the top. So that is the front extended by 2 layers. We must do the same to the back. So here for instance you want to connect them together in the middle. You don't want to just have any weird sort of trapdoors in your tree. You'll end up falling through the thing, which is not a good idea. Although it's not too high off the ground, so I guess you should be alright if you do accidentally fall through the tree. So now we have extended the leaves 2 rows in front of the tree and 2 rows behind the tree. We may now start adding additional detail. We'll begin with the front because it's vastly different to the back. So to begin, we want to place a row of leaves that sits in front of and inside of the previous layer of leaves that we have placed. So for instance, you can see we want to place one row in front of the pre-existing leaves and one row inside of the leaves. Carefully following the shape, we want to place a layer of oak leaves, connecting together in the corners as we snake around the inside of the shape that we are copying, like so. There we go. Now, we want to place a frame. And what I mean by frame is we want to place oak planks inside of these left two empty spaces that we have here, inside of the leaves, and oak planks on the right. 1, 2. Also, place oak planks at the top. Destroy the leaves underneath the oak planks at the bottom and replace it with upside down oak wood stairs, like this. Place birchwood slabs in front of the top of the stairs to create a windowsill. Place glass in between the oak wood planks, and wooden trapdoors in front of the two pairs of oak wood planks on the left and right. Then place birchwood stairs in front of the top wooden trapdoors pointing outwards like so. And then place an additional pair of stairs left and right of the same wooden trapdoors. Place upside down stairs facing outwards underneath the second pair of stairs, like this. Connect the top two stairs together by using a birchwood slab and placing an additional slab on top, like this. That is one of the windows that we are going to have on the house, which provides a nice bit of light, and it also looks really good. On the left side of the build, we want to install a window by knocking out the two middle leaves that we have in the very center of the left side of the tree. This leaf and this leaf. It should be parallel to the two blocks that we destroyed on the front, so it shouldn't be too hard to find. Place glass pane inside the two empty spaces, and then knock out the space left and right of the pane. Place oak planks next to the pane like this on both the left and the right, and then carefully apply wooden trapdoors to the oak wood planks like this to create another window. Excellent. We now want to seal up the back of the treehouse by using oak leaves. First, in a similar manner to how we did on the front, we want to place a layer of oak leaves that sits one row inside of the back of the treehouse leaves. So what I mean by that is, one row towards us, so that it creates depth, and one row inside, so it creates shape. We want to place a layer of leaves that connect to each other at the corners. Hopefully it is quite easy to understand this concept and you shouldn't have too much trouble doing it. But it's just a technique to create shape and depth, like this. We now want to place a layer of leaves that is one row in front of this empty space, and it also perfectly fits the empty space like a missing jigsaw piece puzzle, like that. Once you have done that, we have properly shaped the outer parts of the tree. As we come up to the top of the build, we want to create two things. We want to grab stone brick stairs, cobwebs, and we also want birch fence, and also ladders. Okay, so going around the oak wood that we have at the top center part of the tree, we first want to devise a way to climb up to the top of the tree, which means we simply have to destroy one of the 4 blocks surrounding the oak wood, like this. We then want to place birch fence surrounding the oak wood and the entrance that will allow us to get up to the top of the tree. This creates a watch post, which is quite handy. And then on the right side of the tree, we want to create a chimney. Beginning on top of this block right here, we want to place a stone brick, one behind it, And then on top of this, we want to place back to back, upside down stone brick stairs, like this, to create a cool looking chimney. We are then going to add some cobwebs for effect. You can add these in whatever manner you like, however you think it looks best. Something like that would be just fine, I think. Maybe even connect it together in that corner there, so it's more of a continuous bit of smoke. So that is what we want to have so far, and I think it looks quite nice. However, we do have a few more things to add. We must make the platform, which requires birchwood slab, oak fence, some more ladders. We'll also need to make the inside surface for the tree, which will require oak wood slabs. We'll also need birch fence, glowstone, and wooden trapdoors to make some lights. And we are also going to need some stone brick stairs and some bone meal, and later on water as well. Okay, come to the base of your tree. You want to locate the bottom block at the base of your tree, and you want to move outwards from it bottom left diagonally. Like this. So outwards to the left. Do that again, so down, left. This position, we want to place 2 birchwood planks on top of each other. 1, 2. We then want to extend the second plank backwards by 3. 1, 2, 3. Extend it inwards towards the tree. Place 2 half diagonals coming across the back of the tree. 1, 2, like this. Then extend the second diagonal towards the front of the tree by 1, 2, and then left by 1. Destroy the oak leaf obstructing the trunk of the tree above the plank, and then place a row of ladders leading into the base of the tree. I am going to place the surface of the treehouse in line with the top of the window frame on the front of the house, which means right here. And I'm going to use oak wood slabs, to place a surface which will allow us to navigate the inside of the treehouse. You can see it sits just beneath the windows on both the front and the side of the treehouse, like this. We can even place a ladder which now takes us to the roof, which we have already created a nice little outpost for. So far, we should have this. We also want to place ladders on the front 2 birchwood planks, otherwise we can't access the walkway. And we will also want to extend the walkway to the right at the front, so these blocks want to extend them to the right and also the left to enhance the platform. And then we want to extend it coming out of the back as well. And we also want to create a little bit of a walkway by building up solid birchwood blocks like this, which we want to be able to place fence on. So for instance, we want to place oak fence here, here, and here, as not to fall off from the right, and also on the left here, 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 and here, coming across the back, up, and then moving backwards like this. So we want to have placed a solid birchwood plank block and then one to the side of it so that we can create this. And from the front, it'll look like that, which looks very cool. And not only that, it allows us to actually climb up and around the treehouse, which is a bit more important than looks. We also want to create a bit of an interesting effect, leading us to the actual entrance to the treehouse. So I'm going to destroy it in the ground and place a couple of random facing stone stairs like this, just to kind of lead us towards a treehouse. I'm even going to use some stone bricks in between them, just to create much more of a path look like that. That actually looks a little bit weird like that, so I'll tell you what, something like that looks just fine. It'd be better if we had a variance of blocks. We also want to place a little bit of bone meal around the place as well. So I'm going to use bone meal to just add a little bit of colour and interest to the base of the treehouse. I'm also going to create a small pond to the right of the treehouse, which again adds a little bit of colour. It breaks up a little bit of the green that we currently have surrounding and involving the treehouse itself. I'm also going to add some hanging lights to the treehouse. One on the right hand side, which is going to be made using a birchwood fence hanging from one of the leaves, another one below, glowstone below it, and then wooden trapdoors surrounding all of the remaining faces of the glowstone. And that is on the right towards the front. And we also want one on the back that hangs a little bit higher, perhaps here, and is also going to be made out of just a hanging birchwood fence and maybe like and just a glowstone underneath and some wooden trapdoors surrounding it. You can reposition these as in whatever way you want to make yourself happy. You really can. Just for my own enjoyment, I'm going to replace the block that I destroyed here, and I'm just going to add a little bit of grass pathing leading to the front of the treehouse like this, just to vary it up a little bit. You could even, if you wanted to, add a little bit of fence, once again just kind of like guiding people towards the path. Something like that would be just fine. I think that looks pretty good. Now, that is the treehouse itself kinda complete. That's all of the structural stuff anyway. So now I'm going to hop up into the treehouse. I'm going to dump these materials that I have right here, and I'm going to grab some new ones, stuff that we can furnish the inside of this place with. So these are the sorts of items that I'm going to be using to furnish the inside of the treehouse. Pause the video if you'd like, but I would highly recommend using your own materials and just using this video as kind of like a bit of a guide from here. If you don't really know what to do, maybe just copy me, but otherwise, tailor it to your own needs. Pause the video if necessary. So I'm going to begin by placing a bed towards the back of the treehouse. And next to the bed, I'm going to stack up a couple of chests to create some storage space. And in between this, I'm going to place an item frame, which I'll later on fill with something. I want to have a smelting area towards the left of the bed, so I'm going to stack up about 4 furnaces like this. I also want more storage. Storage is really important, I think, so I'm going to stack a double chest here with a single one on top towards the front of the treehouse. I'm also going to need some more stuff like I'm probably going to want even more furnaces, maybe even a crafting table. And perhaps on this side, maybe even like an anvil, maybe right in the middle, with maybe like a painting above the anvil. That looks pretty good. Towards the front here, I'm going to have 2 sets of armor, just because I like symmetry sometimes. And then on this opposite side here, I'm going to stack even more chests, because once again, chests are very, very important. Does this one open? It sure does. And I'm going to place another painting that actually covers the window, which is no good, so I'll tell you what, I'll place a furnace there and a painting in lieu of it. And then I'm going to do a couple of things. So now that I'm kind of happy with this area, and I mean, I could actually place maybe like a jukebox or something as well. Maybe about here. That looks, that's not too bad. Maybe the jukebox could go there, actually, in between the anvil. Now I'm going to mess with the space a little bit by placing oak fence, wooden trapdoors. I'll place that in the item frame, and I've got some red carpet. So I'm going to place some red carpet on top of the oak wood that we have, and I'm just going to place it sparingly on top of the surface of the treehouse like this. I'm going to place some oak fence in front of these furnaces, and I might do a similar thing over here as well. I'm going to add a couple of wooden trapdoors where I can, just to kind of give that feel that it's kind of like a patchwork treehouse, meaning that the area isn't 100% stable, so it needs a little bit of additional support. Kind of something like that is kind of what I'm going for. Also going to place a potion of night vision just to fill the item frame a little bit. And I'm going to fill one of the armor stands in with armor, and another I'll just give a weapon. So I'll fill that in with armor, I'll give that one a weapon, and that looks pretty good. So now we have a pretty full base, if I do say so myself, and it's looking quite nice. And of course we're not going to place anything on the roof, I actually just wanted to escape. And that, ladies and gentlemen, will be the treehouse base complete. So this is what your build should look like once it has been 100% fully completed. Whether you're a new player or an older player, I think we can all appreciate that this is a pretty nice looking and quite easy to make survival treehouse. If you have enjoyed this tutorial, I would ask you please to hit that like button. I'd really appreciate it, and if you do like the video enough, share it with your friends. I'm sure that they'd love to build this awesome tree base as well. If you would like to keep up to date with my channel, please subscribe and click the little bell next to the subscription button to ensure that you get all my stuff sent directly to your sub box. And if you would like to check out any more things by me, I would highly recommend the card system and the description below. You can see in just this shot alone that we have many different kinds of builds on this channel, so please check out the card system and the description below. Thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate every single one of you so much. You really have no idea. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye!